Now, coming to the prophecy of the things that have appeared to me in a vision concerning Zimbabwe, I find myself to be a man with a troubled soul because of the vision that I've seen. But today, I will not just share a vision, I will also be specific about something. I will not speak in riddles. Now, the vision I saw is of a woman who has come across or who has gone through
makadi mose muri Zimbabwe kusakana zvekare pano paTV yenyu patinenge tichikupai nyaya dzinenge dzichipisa zuva nezuva. Naizvozvo tine nyaya kana kuti tine chiprofita charotwa kana vision yapiwa apostle talent Chiwenga yavari kutsanangura panapa. Toda kuti muzive kana kuti munzwisise kuti zviri kuita chii chiri kuitika. Zvinhu hazvina kumira zvakanaka munyika. Toda kuti muteererese munzwe mamiriro aita situation iri munyika. Mozotudzawo kuti munenge muchifunga chii panyaya iyi. Regai tipinde munyaya zvizere tikupei tikupakurire kuti chii chiri kumboitika panapa. Cheteererai munzwe zviri kutaurwa naApostle Chiwenga.
Now, coming to the prophecy of the things that have appeared to me in a vision concerning Zimbabwe, I find myself to be a man with a troubled soul because of the vision that I've seen. But today, I will not just share a vision, I will also be specific about something. I will not speak in riddles. Now, the vision I saw is of a woman who has come across or who has gone through 3 miscarriages. This woman has been married, she gets pregnant, she is childless. Every time she has a hope of holding a child, the child dies prematurely before he comes to full term. The child dies at 5 months, miscarriage happens. At 4.5 months, the miscarriage happens. At 6 months, she goes through that miscarriage again. The problem with this woman, from what I was seeing in the vision, is that she is about to go to menopause and yet she has no child. She is now about to get to that stage where she can't conceive anymore by reason of nature. In that vision, the voice said to me, this woman is Zimbabwe, and I started being lectured on a number of things. In 2008, 2009, the woman had another miscarriage. She could have given birth, but the child died before she could come out at full term. The first miscarriage happened around 1979. What we celebrated as independence was full of dark events that needed explanation. A lot of covering up had to happen. People were tired of the colonial regime. They wanted political independence, and so people did not see this miscarriage. They wanted to celebrate political independence from the British colonial rule. But those who were there in those days have stories to tell that the political outcome of our own black government that we ended up with when we had Mugabe as prime minister and we had the other guy as the president, was it Kenan Banana or Abiy Mzolewa? You must understand that things did not go well. Things did not go well. I don't want to talk about a lot of things because I don't want to end up confronted by people who say you were not yet born. But history is those who were there watching it who can tell us what happened when we were not there. Yes, the government of Mr. Mugabe does not or did not represent the structure of nationalist leadership in the days of the 1980 election. We ended up with a Zezuru government that did not represent the structure of the liberation armed struggle. And from 1980 until where we are now, the structure and the nature of our leadership in Zimbabwe does not represent the population dynamics in our nation. Our politics is extremely tribalistic. That is a deliberate act by people who are scoring their own goals and attending to their own personal interests to the detriment of the nation. So those were issues that I could give a hint about. 1980 leadership is in abortion. We ended up with a dead child who came out before time. We did not have what people were fighting for. If you think I'm lying, go and find out why the ZANU government incarcerated Dumiso Davengwa for more than 5 years when he was acquitted of treason charges by a competent high court. The court ordered the release of Davengwa, but he stayed in prison despite a high court order ordering his release. What were they afraid of? How can you keep someone in prison when the court said he has no case to answer, is innocent? The question is, if he had not been incarcerated, where should he have been? Aifanirwa kunga ari kupi, who was afraid of him, that it was better to keep him in jail, even though he had no case to answer. Yes, but those who know about the Black Russian story, they know better things than what a preacher should discuss. You should ask who was nicknamed the Black Russian and why. But I'm talking about historical events that could help you to understand that our democracy is a version that took a different twist than what we were fighting for. Imagine a black couple, the wife is pregnant, the husband accompanies the wife to the maternity ward, but after the delivery of a child, they discover that the child is white. Do they celebrate the birth of a white child when they are a black couple? There are zero scientific chances that a black couple can give birth to a white child. It's an illustration. It shouldn't be taken literally. This is what happened in 1980. What I'm telling you today is that Mugabe did not become Prime Minister of Zimbabwe by mere popular elections that made him Prime Minister. If you believe that, you are naive. It's not elections that made Mugabe Prime Minister of liberated Zimbabwe. Elections are the first powder that they applied on him to look a very, very charismatic young politician who can speak English better than the Englishman himself. I saw a woman that is childless, but she has had 3 miscarriages. She is about to have another miscarriage right now. This is why the prophecy is important. She is about to have another miscarriage. So the last miscarriage that she had was the 2008 election, where ZANU-PF lost to MDC. They lost so big that eventually Mugabe had to concede publicly that we had lost the election. The people of Zimbabwe need to know that Mugabe was willing to surrender, to hand over power peacefully to Morgan Tsvangirai. The army faced and confronted Mugabe, and they said, over our dead bodies. It is the army that dissuaded Mr. Mugabe from handing over power to Morgan Tsvangirai. And this is why they ran off. Remember, they took 3 months claiming that they are still counting electoral votes. It took them 3 months between the day people finished voting and the day they announced that Tsvangirai has won, but not with good enough majority votes to form a government. So there needs to be a re-election, a by-election, a runoff. In that runoff, Mugabe unleashed the army. The army started sending youths the border gazes, and they started doing pungwes, and that's when they unleashed the short sleeve genocide. As we speak today, we have people in our country whose arms were cut short by machetes in the 2008-2009 election. These atrocities have not yet been investigated. Our people right now are being forced to say EDP. Nobody apologized to them. Mr. Mugabe denied any allegation. I know a friend who talked to me in those days. I was in Chirez Malipati, where we were doing a state program, the Bakosi program. He called me and said, things are not fine here. A truck full of dead bodies reversed at Chutungwiza General Hospital mortuary. The comrades simply said, put these bodies in the mortuary. We'll collect them. Some of the bodies were put there and some of the bodies couldn't fit. The mortuary was too full, and some of those bodies were dumped in the dam in Marondera. I think you know that so many bodies were discovered dumped at a dam in Marondera. One of my friends who was a relative saw those bodies being dumped at Chitungiza General Hospital mortuary. They ended up with bodies which they didn't know where to dump them. That's how much bloodshed was done. But you must remember that this is the third miscarriage that happened. I have two things to say about the Changirai dribbling that happened in 2008. Because after he was dribbled of his electoral victory, they did a runoff, and by that runoff, Mugabe made himself to win. I lost a brother through the violence of 2008. They killed him. I was confronted by those hooligans many times, demanding that I should attend the Pungwes. And I was going to say, so I never attended any rally. And I'm not lying to you as well. So, Mr. Mugabe, our villagers were forced to attend night vigils every day for the 30 days to the day people did that election, the run of quite Wapungwe every day. I went to the village and my grandmother said they took my chickens because they were forced to provide food to those attending Pungwes. In those Pungwes, opposition members and villagers suspected of being members of the opposition, they were beaten in the view of the whole village. Some of our aunties and uncles, they are now disabled because their backs were broken during those Pungwes. You must understand that those who were masterminding the Pungwe were the army. I know in Mashonaland East Province in Goromonzi, the woman who was a major in the army, her name was Maim Dara. She was the commander of the Pungwe program. At her instruction, people disappeared. She drove a sky blue, it was a pale blue Mitsubishi L200, donated to the army by the RPZ. And I'm one of the people who delivered those cars from the RPZ. We bought 3,000 Mitsubishi L200 trucks, gave them to the CIO and to the army. Those are the cars which were used to terrorize the citizens. So the army that you celebrated when they did a coup against Mugabe, their hands were already dirty with the 2008 bloodshed. ZANU-PF stole power from Changirai using the army. This is why I was not in the streets in 2017. Pamaiti idipe pepe inana kweni. Ishaka nditi ubenzu usainde mwanangu. Idonoparidza. On that day, when the army came into the streets to force Mr. Mugabe to resign, I was at first street preaching. You can go online, you can check me. I was live streaming as well. The Lord refused. He said I shouldn't join those who are celebrating the downfall of Mr. Mugabe. Though not a model leader, but the Lord said to me, what is coming is worse than what you have seen. And I communicated with you. I told you that people are going to ask Mr. Mugabe to come back. The wickedness you are celebrating that it is gone is a tip of the iceberg. Wait for the Mnangagwa regime to come. You are going to see terror at a level you have never imagined before. So as we speak right now, the ZANU-PF system of leadership is a fraudulent system. If we were going to have a proper investigation right now, and if the MDC was still there, and if we had competent courts of law, MDC should be able to take ZANU-PF and the government of Zimbabwe and the Electoral Commission to court, and the court was going to find that is true. Changirai won the 2008 election and they stole it from him, which means from 2008 to date, we don't have a legitimate government. Kuvamna 2008 kusvika izvezvi, atina government illegal. We have a criminal government which is in power.
Ndofunga murese mazvinzwira zviri kutaurwa navachiwenga post Chiwenga ari kutaura nyaya dzakasiyana siyana dzakaitwa from 2008 andiwo patiri nhasi, kubva kuma 80s patakange tisati tavepo kusvika patiri nhasi. Inyaya dzese dzavari kutaura idzodzo, and vapa prophecies vachitaura nyaya yekuti pane mukadzi anga achirehwa iZimbabwe kuti akaita miscarriages anokwana kuita matatu. Zvichinzi miscarriage yekutanga yakatanga kuita pakapinda Mugabe ari prime minister nana Kenan Banana nana Musoriwa paya, ndipo pari kutaurwa nyaya yepakunzi imiscarriage yekutanga. Ipapo nezvakaitika zvisina kufarirwa namai ava vane mwazvira kuti Zimbabwe haina kufara nazvo, iyo nyika pachayo spiritually. Second iri kunzi yakaitika 2008, ndipo pakaitika second miscarriage yekuti Changirai akazomirirwa kana kuti akaregwa maelection. Imwe yechitatu yakaitika 2017 ndo matauro zviri kuitwa, asi pane imwe yakuitika izvozvi yatitarisana nayo kuti pane imwe miscarriage iri kuitika zvekare pona Emerson Mnangagwa zvitaurwa kunzi kubva kwaari kuita. Saka ndo zvinhu zvatiri kunyora pana tichiti aiwa Pazoshata varume zvinhu zvina kumira zvakanaka. Ndo profesi yatapiwa naprofeti kana kuti apostle Chiwenga. Tinokutendai nekuteerera kwenyu kwamunoita zuva nezuva. Thank you.